and delivered, that to make some bullets under that, like user-friendly language, you know, web pages that are, and we had some really good examples of, and really bad examples of those. So I could add those under that.
That would be great.
Okay.
I would suggest another recommendation because embedded in recommendation 4 is more than just marketing. We're talking about structure, delivery, and marketing.
Yeah, okay. Let me play with that. And it might be making a whole new recommendation, or it might be modifying that one to, but I see what you're saying, that, okay, any other?
I have possibility of an ongoing advisory committee with various stakeholders, that sort of.
Okay. Any others?
I don't know if I like the word advisory committee, you can play with that, but it just, I suppose it's better than oversight, isn't it? Just kidding. Huh? You like oversight? Yeah. But so play with it.
Yeah.
Just sort of, yeah, I'm trying to think of any others.
What about the, are we gonna get into the delivery?
That's what I was gonna say. We may add to that delivery, the ideas for the delivery model as,
But we're gonna have something about, delivery model at some point as well.
Well, we have recommendation number 6 has delivery, and then recommendation number 4 has delivery.
Yeah, and the question is, do we want to carry that further?
That was one of the things Joe was talking about building this to be, if we're gonna be really, to use Carol's terms, cutting edge and innovative, I mean, to be, the delivery model will be huge. Whether it's, you know, combinations of online learning, or whether it's all straight classroom learning, or it's, you know, however it's structured, but we talked about innovation, I thought that's what I heard Jill say even again today. And that would be different for UW Eau Claire, wouldn't it? Because there isn't a ton of online learning yet, right? Or am I?
Well, there's some.
Business.
Yeah, actually, business has a whole program.
Business, yeah.
online. And the special education supervisory
In our
license is entirely online now.
in our MEP, the cohort is one fourth is.
So the good news there would be the structure is there to do some online learning.
There's some infrastructure there, yeah.
yeah, and if we said anything in our, well, we have said it, but if we have put it down as a recommendation, that the delivery model, I think we spoke about that there would be some interaction, there would be a strong interaction piece as well as accommodating the needs of the learners that are coming at different distances. So there would be, there might be an online piece, but the interaction piece is part of the core of what we're about. There has to be some ability to interact somewhere, you know, wording that accordingly.
My suggestion is to add it as one of the bullets under number 6.
Yeah, I'll play with that. On number 6 or number 5?
Number 6.
Develop and
Yeah.
deliver.
Because a lot of these things that are listed there are situated in how we deliver the content.
Okay, all right, let me, I got the idea that the emphasis on interaction face-to-face combined with, all right?
What if we
Anything
just
else?
intend, just broadening that out, maybe this isn't what you're saying, but are we talking about that the delivery model should reflect contemporary pedagogy? I mean, really, and whatever that means, I mean, that could be, in within varied learning environments. I mean, we don't want to just, so I think if you capture both of those ideas, it
And
kind
you
of.
cover it.
Well, if we're talking about 21st century delivery, we're talking about online.
Exactly.
Or
but
different,
it-
different modes of delivery. The online would have to be part of it.
Yeah, but that necessarily wouldn't be the hallmark of the program. It
We
would be
don't-
certainly a part of it.
We don't want to have a completely online program, then we're missing out.
Right.
Yeah, so, well, if you had within varied learning environments, some might be in a computer lab, some might be in a, you know, a city council meeting to see how educators partner with city council and finding transportation needs, for example. For example, you know.
Okay, anything else?
Are you
All right.
gonna
My only
identify
thought
this?
to that would be, and I don't know the weight of the recommendations, the additional things we added on. I think how important the recommendation is should kind of drive the decision if we add additional recommendations or we integrate them into existing recommendations. Because I think if you pull them out and do recommendation 8, recommendation 9, it holds a different weight than integrating certain components. I'm not suggesting that they all should be different recommendations, but I don't know where that decision-making process happens, but I think that if I were reading this, I would look at the weight of the importance of the committee by it holding its own place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Any others?
Are we going to identify the strands that we're recommending? Or, you know, we talked about the core pieces in here, unless I'm missing something, but we talked about 5 strands, is that the one here or something else?
Or tracks, is right.
Tracks,
Tracks is
that's
right.
what I meant.
Yeah.
Tracks.
Yeah, we probably should. Okay?
And maybe that could be added on to recommendation number 1, because you talk about the tracks there.
Yeah, actually, we. All right, anything else? All right, if anybody thinks of anything additionally, you know, just drop me a brief description of the idea, then I'll craft something and send it out. All right, now shifting gears. If you remember at the last meeting, we had, let's see if I can. At the prior meeting, not the last meeting, but the one prior to that, we had spent a lot of time talking about the level of specificity that we were going to develop and how we would map that out. And we reviewed sort of the governance structure that has to occur within the university system and so forth, and the reality that both the developers of this curriculum and the deliverers of the curriculum may well be beyond the university. So we wanted to provide as much definition of what we meant by the things that we've been talking about. And so we came up with this way of sort of mapping out the curriculum to give direction to, so when Gail moves this forward, is hiring people or however she's going to do it, we've said here's what we mean by these big core terms that we've come up with. Now, so we came up with these categories and said that we would do some mapping. And you know, I don't think, we're not going to map out the whole curriculum. But what we want to do is to give a very good sense of what we mean and what we've learned from this process, so that whoever carries this forward has a sense of what directions we're pointing in. So I came up with this sample. Then we ran out of time. And